I'm putting together some cozy, comforting dishes that taste like home to us, like everything bagel, chicken, and biscuits. This is essentially a saucy, stewy chicken pot pie mixture baked with buttermilk biscuits on top that are encrusted in everything bagel seasoning. To start with my biscuits, I'll combine 3 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1½ tablespoons of barley malt powder. Barley malt is one of the things that gives bagels their faint sweet flavor. You could substitute it with a pinch of sugar, a tablespoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of baking soda, and 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. I'll whisk together the dry ingredients and then get my butter, which is in the fridge. So I'll incorporate the butter by smashing it into little sheets between my fingers. The #1 rule of biscuits is to keep the butter cold. That's what allows you to have a flaky biscuit. And I'm working toward a consistency where the butter is around the size of peas. Okay, this butter looks good. Before I bring the dough all together, I'll toss in some chopped fresh chives. They'll be really pretty when the biscuits bake. 1½ cups of buttermilk will bring the dough together. Once this dough comes together, I'll stick it in the refrigerator for a little while so that it could firm back up. Make sure all of the dry ingredients are incorporated. I'll wrap this up and I'll stick this in the fridge while I get going on my filling. I'm starting by cooking down all my veggies in some butter. It smells heavenly right now because I don't only have onions, but I've also got leeks for a little bit of a springier allium flavor. I'll toss in a garlic clove that's finely chopped, and then I'll build my roux right in with the veggies. So I'll sprinkle in 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I'll stir this in and allow the flour flavor to cook off. And now I'll begin to add my liquid. So I've got 1½ cups each of low sodium chicken stock. It's important to do that gradually so that the sauce stays smooth, and 50/50 for that great creaminess. I'll finish up the sauce by adding 4 ounces of cream cheese. I love the tanginess that this will contribute. Allow this cream cheese to melt and get gooey. I'll season this with another couple of pinches of salt and some black pepper. I'll get my chicken. This is 1½ pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thigh, and I'm gonna plop this in. I'll actually be cooking the chicken right in this mixture. I'll get this evenly dispersed. Let me grab my peas. I love the little pops of sweetness that peas bring, and they look cute. I'm using frozen, but you could also use fresh. Sprinkle in about 1 cup. And lastly, I'll sprinkle in some chopped fresh parsley. Okay, so I'll remove this from the heat and let it cool slightly while I stamp my biscuits out. I'll dust my surface with some flour, and I'll roll this out until it's about 3/4 of an inch thick. Okay, so I'm stamping this out with my circle cutter. They're ready for their everything bagel topping. It's just poppy seeds, sesame seeds, dried garlic, and onion with a pinch of caraway and salt, all mixed up. But store-bought works too. As my glue, I'll brush on some 50/50. I'm not holding back with this. I love the crunch, I love the flavor. So now that these are ready, I can transfer them right onto the filling. Space them out evenly. They will puff up and spread a little bit in the oven. Looking pretty already. I'll get this in the oven at 425 degrees for 45 to 50 minutes until the biscuits are golden brown and the mixture is bubbly. I'm so excited to eat this. I am smelling the garlic from the everything bagel. Holy buckets. It looks gorgeous, dazzle with flaky salt. I'm so ready to eat this. Oh yeah. That's fantastic. That crunch on top is so good.